HappiLeeErin, and it's been a rough few days. Personal stuff going on, but I still wanted to put out a video for you guys. So, gonna pause with them fall previews. It's just been a lot of trouble finding some motivation to edit and film and write. It's just been, yeah. So today we are going to do something a little bit more mindless. I have my favorite coffee mug going on here, though it's not filled with coffee, it's filled with my favorite sweet and spicy good earth tea, and we are going to do an anime tag video. There's been quite a few people in the anime community who have done these recently over the last few months. I wasn't tagged by anybody, but you know, I paved my own path, so I'm going to do it anyway. I just thought it'd just be fun because it'd give you guys a little bit more history on my anime history. So let's do it! Oh, it's hot. Oh, it's hot. Oh, it's really hot. Favorite anime arc in a Shounen anime? Oh, I have a lot. Obviously, the Cell saga in Dragon Ball Z, when Gohan becomes Super Saiyan 2 for the first time. From Naruto, it is when they... I don't know what the arc would be considered, but in Naruto Shippuden, when he first comes back from training and they have to go after the Akatsuki, and Gaara gets captured, that whole arc, to me, was really beautifully done, especially the ending. So many tears the entire time. That also had a lot of character development. It was probably the only time that Sakura actually does something and actually looks really cool. So that would have to be my favorite arc of Naruto Shippuden. I think my favorite arc in Kuroko no Basuke would have to actually be the last few episodes, the match of Kisei versus Almine. That match in the manga is actually my second favorite match of the entire series so far, and that would be because despite not having either of the main protagonists in the match, it's so thrilling and exciting and interesting to watch. And I actually like that it presents the side characters of Kisei and Almine as having way more depth than they are initially giving. Like, especially Kisei. When Kisei is first introduced, he just seems like a flimsy bimbo side character, and then that match comes up and you're like, oh, there is a whole lot more to him. There's a lot of ridiculousness that goes into Kuroko no Basuke, but the one thing I think everyone needs to give it credit for is the character development. And the guy who made it, Fujimaki, he is just brilliant with his character development, in my opinion. He can take this minor side character and then give him a backstory and just completely change the viewer's perspective of him in just a few chapters. And it's just very well written and really well done. And especially considering everything else that's going on with it, how good of a storytelling it is, it's just really impressive. And I just ranted way too much. Let's see, an anime that you hate. I don't think I have any animes that I hate. I have a lot, like I said, I have a lot that were disappointing to me, but none that I just flat out hate, I guess. Because most of the time, if I start not liking a series, I drop it. I think one of the biggest disappointments that stands out in my mind would have to be Guilty Crown. It came out last year and I was blown away by the first few episodes. I was in love with it. It had a very good setup. It had super potential characters. It had awesome ideas behind it. And it also had a really good director. And so, baby, hi.
I'm wearing my sock.
I'm wearing your sock? No, it's my sock.
No.
It's your sock.
That's my sock.
Anyway, after that rude interruption, what was I saying? I was talking about, Guilty Crown. It had all of the setup and the potential to be a really, really memorable, great anime, and it ended up being memorable, but for bad reasons. It became way too full of plot holes. It tried to do everything, and it could barely even do any of it. And it just tried to do everything with its characters, which ended up in having characters that were very uneven and just wasn't that great, sadly. I wouldn't say that I hate it. Like, I still it's one that I've rewatched several times because I do really enjoy those first 13 episodes are really, really well done, and then it just kind of loses itself after that. Favorite anime opening and ending? I think I am in the same boat as every other anime viewer that I got lots of those. I think of the recent animes, mine would probably have to be Suritama. Probably be the first one that comes to my mind. I think it's because whenever I hear that song, I just feel happy and sparkly inside, and it makes me feel overwhelmed with feelings of magic and joy and happy things. As for older animes, I think one that will always stand out in my mind is one of my favorites is the first opening from Shaman King, the Oversoul. I remember being 13 years old, maybe 15. I might have been 15. No! Let's see, Shounen Jump, 13. I was 13. And I remember I had the first season of Shaman King completely bootlegged, and I would just blare that song over and over in my basement. And that is how I spent the summer before my 8th grade year. Was just listening to the opening of Shaman King, like a baller. I think other ones are my favorite. Hang on, I might have that Shaman King bootleg. Hang on, hold up. Oh man, I completely forgot that I still have this. Look, this, oh god. Oh, that was so sad. Anyways, I think other favorites would have to be the Full Metal Alchemist openings. I can't think of a single one of those that I really did not like. They were all so catchy, and I think I still have every single one of them on my iTunes to this day. Full Metal Alchemist does openings right. I'm just saying. Endings? Oh god. Angel Beats? I guess would have to be the one that first comes to mind. Not because I necessarily like the song or anything, but I think by the end of the series, I really had an appreciation for that song because of how simple yet moving it was, and it really tied into the rest of the series as a whole, which I thought was a really interesting and well done creative choice, and I think that's why I like that one a lot. Also, Madoka Magica's ending is pretty gosh darn epic, and if you've seen the series, you know why. 4. What mainstream anime power do you want? This answer depends on whether I am inside the world that the power comes from, the anime that the power comes from, or if I am stuck in the real world and I'm the only one that has an anime power. Because that would be boring. You know what? Here's my answer. I'm going to say that I would have Sakura's power from Cardcaptor Sakura, because then you have all of those cards that all have their own powers, and then every single time you used one, you got to experience something else. I just beat your system, survey. Ha! 5. Most badass anime character you've seen. Easy. Kamina from Gurren Lagann. Next one. Favorite mainstream anime couple. I don't really know what counts as mainstream, but I think I'm going to have to go with Sakura and Shaoran from Cardcaptor Sakura. Oh my goodness. I give no craps that they were 12 years old at the end of that series. Every single time Shaoran sees Sakura and he blushes, heart just bubbles over with just cuteness and adorableness. And Toya and Yukito from the same series. I just thought that their relationship was really natural and really subtle. Clamp did a really awesome job at telling their story because they didn't make it about being fan service or about being filler. They actually made it to add heartwarming, touching scenes to the story. It didn't take away from the plot at all, and I thought that Clamp did a pretty gosh darn awesome job with that. So, they as well. I don't know if any of those count as mainstream, but I'm going to say they do. Rolling on the field. Biggest troll character in your opinion? Pico! Number 8. Nope, that's 5. An anime that you would love to see become live action. Ooh. If I were guaranteed an awesome, as close as possible to the original adaptation made, I don't, so many options. Code Geass, Bakano, Durara, Naruto would be cool. Kuroko no Basuke, Soul Eater, Samurai Champloo, Cowboy Bebop, Outlaw Star, Trigun. All of those could be made really awesome as live action adaptations. But Giant Bug. There's also plenty in the slice of life genre that could be made a really good movie as well. Like Usagi Drop, My Little Monster that just started recently, His and Her Circumstances, There's so many. There are so many. Suritama would be super adorable. Suritama, I don't know if I would want to see live action because the color scheme is part of what makes that really cool to me. So maybe not Suritama. Suritama, you are saved from the clutches of the live action. I take a sip after everything because that's definitive that I'm done. 9. First anime merchandise you ever bought. Do VHS tapes count? Because if they do, I have all of the Dragon Ball Zs. Okay, not all of them, but way too many than is necessary for a society that no longer uses VHSs. When I was 7 or 6, something along there, I had one of those toy Sailor Moon necklaces. So you put the necklace on and it would land right here, right where her brooch goes, and then you pop it open and then you press the little heart crystal inside and it lights up and starts playing the song that plays when Serena is turning into Sailor Moon. And so I would take that and wear it and then do the transformation moves in my living room because I thought I would turn into Sailor Moon. I was the coolest kid on the block. The corner street of Hickman, Nebraska. I do remember that I could not afford to buy the Naruto headband that has the Konoha symbol on it, and it made me so sad. So I settled, and I got one of the dog tags that had the little leaf symbol on it, and I wore that puppy every single day. Every single day I could, until I found out that I was allergic to the metal and my neck just broke out in a giant rash. I don't know if the VHSs count as merchandise, but I forgot that last Christmas for my present, my mom sent me, Mama Karenita is the cutest mama ever. She sent me a giant box that was wrapped and I had no idea what it was, and I was so excited because you get a giant box, and no matter what age you are, you get a giant box from your parent for Christmas, you get excited. Well, this is what was inside my box. This. These are all the VHS tapes I have from when I was growing up, from when I was like 7 all the way up to like I think 15. Yeah, my mama sent me this for my Christmas present last year along with a VHS player. Erin's Yu-Gi-Oh! DBZ DB Other VHS. I loved anime so much, and my dad knew how to film from TV to VHS tape, and so I have all of these VHSs here. What is this one? This was Powerpuff Girls 2 of a Kind, and I taped over that with Dragon Ball Z and card captors. I was so cool. Oh, there's so many here, and I don't know why I'm saving these. I'm never gonna watch these again, but I think it's for like nostalgia reason. Billy Boyd on Sharon Osbourne. There's an entire tape dedicated to Billy Boyd. I also had an obsession with hobbits. Oh, I don't know what this anime tag video has become, you guys. I'm so sorry. Dragon Ball /Z. There we go. There is another anime one. Okay, we are all sorts of good now. Okay. I'm going to show you my 2 favorite out of this entire collection, and you guys can totally judge me based on that, but I think they are 2 very good favorites. You ready? Oh, you totally saw it. Okay, whatever. It's not gonna be a surprise. That's okay. Okay, these are my 2 favorites. Oh, it's backwards. Whoopsie. Those are my 2 favorites. Can you see them? Goten and Bardock are my favorite characters from Dragon Ball Z. Just thought you also know that. So that would be, I said all my VHSs, but it's not. I don't actually think that's true. I think that's just a small portion of them. I have a lot of other DVDs and such in the other room. But, those things were expensive, and I spent way more allowance on those than my parents should have allowed me to. But that's a fun little memory trip, yeah. Question number 10. An anime that you think should get a movie. How is that any different from question 8? How? I'm ignoring your survey. I am instead going to change that and say, what is an anime I think should get a 2nd season? I'm like 99.9% sure that Kuroko no Basuke is getting a 2nd season, and if people would stop sending death threats towards the manga creator, then it would probably happen a lot sooner. So you should stop it, sir. If you are watching HappiLeeErin, I'm calling you out on this video. right now. Yeah, it looks like that is it for Anime Tag Fun Times. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it wasn't a review or anything of the sorts, but you know, sometimes it's good to just relax and take things day by day and just enjoy the now cold tea and the trip down memory lane. I am only going to tag one person, and that would be the Kuroko Jimakise, my lovely friend Dodger. You don't have to do it, but if you don't, just think about that. I don't know what that means. Again, thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you so much for subscribing. That's pretty cool. I'm thinking about doing a question and answer video for when/if I hit 5,000 subscribers. So be thinking about questions you want to ask me. You can ask me them here on Tumblr, on Twitter, or you can ask me on my anime list. I'm not quite as active over there. But yeah, and I will be gathering those and hopefully be doing that video soon. Look forward to more fall anime previews. Going to be doing Magi soon. Is it Magi or Magi? I'm not 100% sure. I'm also going to be doing Psycho Pass and Little Busters. Those are the three I have planned right now. Hopefully get more motivation up in the next few weeks just because it's been, like I said, a little bit stressful, but it's okay. You put a smile on your face and you breathe right through it, and it's okay. I hope you guys have a fantastic day and a wonderful week, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.